when I put on a new outfit that maybe I haven't worn before, maybe I'm wearing a coat and I don't usually wear it, I'm untucking my shirt or something like that, one thing I'm trying to start doing more is taking my magazine out, removing the round in the chamber, and practicing a few draws from concealment. And just for good measure, after that, I'll do a few dry fires, looking at my light switch or a knotted piece of wood on the aged barn-style wood of my cabinets. And I do that to remain proficient and effective with the weapon I use. Okay? My brother, step-brother-in-law, he's an athlete, and if he's not doing anything and he stands still for more than 5 or 6 minutes, you'll see him shooting hoops into midair and practicing setting up layups and all that stuff to remain proficient at the skills that he develops. We're doing kata. Everyone, to some degree, does kata. When you are practicing a conversation that you don't want to have and you're preparing for it, you're doing a verbal kata. You're practicing going through the motions of doing something that in the moment it'll look a lot different than what it is in practice, but you're practicing the raw skill that's going to go into that interaction, be it athletic, conversational, or combative. And in practicing that, you're preparing yourself for the moment when push comes to shove and you have to use those skills that you may or may not have developed. So in the end, everyone practices kata. They just might not call it that. So if somebody were to ask me why I do katas, why do you have your kids tie their shoes over and over again to practice the skill? Why do you do any motion repetitively to practice the skill? And sometimes those motions are out of the context that they'll be in when they're applied, and you just practice the motions. When I go to the place I train at for handguns, Critical Defense Group, check them out, excellent facility. When I go there to shoot, I go through an empty house and shoot targets that aren't shooting back at me. And I tell people that aren't really there to stay on the ground, to put their hands up, to don't move. I hide behind cover to reload when nobody would shoot me, because I'm practicing those skills. I'm practicing those movements. I'm doing a kata. There was a time before we had the technology we have today, where an aspect of driver's ed classes was sitting in a room with a bunch of other people with a steering wheel in front of you, like Maggie from Simpsons, following the movement of a video driving, following the movement on your steering wheel. It sounds ridiculous, but they did that to practice the skill of steering. They were doing a kata. And so I'll swear by the practice of kata in the context of practicing the movements and skills that goes into effective fighting. Not in performing arts, not in anything that will cause irreparable damage to your body with unrealistically large stances, nothing that will teach you bad habits by going too quickly, which happens anytime that you practice something quickly. You'll do it very minutely wrong, And you'll have to go back and train those bad habits out of yourself. So I swear by Kata, but I don't swear by what a lot of people